Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for listening to the Chocolate Dollar Podcast. Just wanted to clarify a couple things really quick. In this episode specifically, we had some technical difficulties, and Grant's mic, or the computer he was recording to, had crashed mid-recording, and we didn't catch it in time. But my mic and Eddie's mic worked fine, and we were able to pick up Grant a little bit in the background, so you can barely hear him, but you can still hear him, and so we apologize for that and promise more professional quality sounding podcast from this point forward. And it's also important to mention really quick that this episode was pre-recorded several weeks before the first episode that you guys have listened to, where we actually name our podcast. And so some of the things timing wise, I mean, we talk about Valentine's Day, and that was several months ago, obviously. And so just so you know, it's a little out of context as far as time frame and whatnot. But either way, we thank you again for listening. We're truly humbled, and just thank you guys so much, and please enjoy this episode. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the podcast.
I'm Ed Merrill on mic 2.
I'm Grant on whatever the heck this.
Yeah, they're really not numbered, but it's all right.
I'm on
You
mic
can
4.
actually back away from your mic a little bit, Eddie.
Am I too loud? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Sweet,
It was
I got all this space.
Yeah, well, okay, now you're getting a little...
You can back away! Well, now that we've killed our audience.
No, you know what? You know the beauty of audio editing is. I'm not sure if this is actually the command, but in what is the Audacity? Is that what?
Yeah, that's what you're recording on right now.
Maybe not Audacity.
Who'd have the audacity to think of that? No, I can't even.
You know how some audio softwares have the normalize command, which takes the average and just brings
Yeah, it brings everything down.
brings everything down so you don't kill people.
Yeah,
pretty-
we might just do that.
That's kind of
pretty handy,
nice.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also helps when recording in echoey spaces. Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Yep.
Teaching with Grant is now over.
Yep.
We're really not going to talk about software the whole time.
Yeah,
Unless it's fun.
look at that Photoshop. Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop. Illustrator is easier, but Photoshop is good.
You're rocking the mic like a DJ. He's got the hand around it. He's like a stand-up comedian. He's like, welcome to the show.
This is the only way I can remember
The
that I have
outfit.
to keep it close. Because right now I'm using your standard mic.
Jokes. We're your audience. Show sucks.
Right now I'm using like one of the standard stage mics that you find, and then instead of a nice shotgun mic like Eddie's got, or like an actual, just something meant for recording.
That's why you donate money to the link below. Hooray! Just kidding. This isn't an ad.
Well, yeah, guys, this has a mute button.
Oh, and Grant found the mute button. We're all happy now.
All right. Anyways, so in case you haven't noticed, we are Noah-less, this podcast.
Which, is that a bad thing?
Debatable, depending on who you are.
We might get a chance to talk.
Once we do slightly get more known on the interwebs, we might have some haters for us. So maybe for those Noah haters, they're like, that's fine. But
I mean, the real world.
yeah. Anyways.
Who would you say are the most hated people on popular podcasts? Or,
Well, here's the thing. I don't really listen.
I can actually say that out loud.
oh yeah, we'd probably get some bad reviews. No, that's something for the audience to
Hey.
think about.
What specific person do you hate the most? And list it on... No, why would you do that?
Not for this podcast. But
We could probably get away with it at this point because we're probably not.
Though.
Huh?
Leave it to Twitter. Twitter will...
Yeah, Twitter will
bash
take care of
people
it.
and-
Twitter.
or like leave it to the Constitution. The First Amendment of the Bill of Rights. You feeling me, guys?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
feeling
Freedom
it,
of
but not what
speech?
you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Anyway, do you guys have any topics?
Okay, so not to bring it right out, but you know, there's this little date. You know, it's in February.
Oh,
It's where
yeah.
couples get all mushy gushy and
President's Day. There we go. Politics.
Anyway, so then our late great president. No, okay. Valentine's Day and stuff. You know, it's one of those days where people give flowers and do stuff like that. And so some schools, like my school, we have a flower exchange? I don't know. What would you call it, Eddie? Does your school do it?
Well, we do something kind of like it. It's called singing Valentines, where we just go around and we sing and give them Valentines. It's really not that fun.
It sounds way better
But
than what we did.
here, you explain yours.
So at lunch and other places, you could go and there's this little table, and it has a little card, and you fill out the card and you say what kind of flower you want to give to this person. And
Dead flower. To my calc teacher. Just kidding. Keep going.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
So there's either a carnation. Do you guys know what a carnation is?
Yeah.
Don't think it really matters, but
I mean, it's pretty easy.
carnation.
Not that. Is that what it's called, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the little
Oh.
thing, right? That you.
It's
I don't think
Yeah, it's like-
it's a little flower.
Oh,
It's a big
okay,
flower.
yeah,
It's
never
an
mind.
actual flower, anyway.
I get
Then
you
there's
now.
Roses, and so last year about this time, and there's Thanksgiving. I about said Thanksgiving. I did say Thanksgiving. My mind is just a scatter right now trying to tell a story.
Valentine's Day.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
Just as an FYI
Every
before you
time I want to say
continue.
that day, can you say it for me? I want to
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
him.
Valentine's Day.
So you saw me rolling in here. I rolled in here with a rose, and so I got a rose. So second block, I'm chilling in my physics class, not doing anything, like the true senior I am, and the people that bring the little letters around and stuff rolled right in and plopped the letter down. So I got it, and it's nothing. It's pretty impersonal. Somebody else wrote it, and it just says, "Grant King, you received a flower. Please come to this place." It's essentially one of
To
my...
figure out who gave it to you?
No, not just to pick it up.
Oh,
pick it up.
I see.
And so I went and I picked it up after school, and I got it, and yeah, I got a flower. But the best.
Does it say who it's from?
Okay, I'll get to that, I guess. Last year, I got a flower, and they come with this little tag on them that usually say who it's from. You can write your own little thing. You can
Yeah.
it. But usually the people that give it don't actually write it unless they give their name.
Yeah.
You can either choose to write it, or you can have the person sitting at the table write it.
Yeah.
And so, I got one last year, and all it said on the bottom was anonymous.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a rose, and roses cost like $3, while carnations cost like $150.
Oh, dang.
So
So you got the expensive one.
so somebody spent money on me, and then I got this one today. I got this one, and let me just read what it says. Roses are red, violets are blue. Last year I sent you one of these two.
Ooh.
And so I just. Is that a girl's handwriting? Do you think they actually wrote that, or do you think that
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a girl's handwriting.
it was a girl's handwriting? That's good to know. It's not a guy's handwriting. I mean.
Well, you never know nowadays with those
Okay.
extra genders they're thrown in there.
You see, Facebook did that.
Yeah, I did see that.
Really?
Anyway, so I
I
got a
didn't know that.
rose. That's the big deal about it. They sent me one. I don't know.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I feel really special, and I feel like I'm like, thank you.
Well, just so you know, your mic records audio, but so does Eddie's, and so there's some massive reverb going on right now.
Oh, they'll think we're Transformers.
Just okay. So
Just kidding.
as a side note, going off of that, we don't necessarily have the best audio equipment yet, so
Hey,
thank
don't
you.
lie to them. This stuff is expensive.
Yes.
Same with this garage we're sitting in. Anyway.
It's all expensive, but it's
I
not
kind of feel bad 'cause I feel
ideal.
like I'm either just like completely ignoring somebody that's like trying to be like, hey.
Start small and then get big. Right.
What do you guys think of it? What do you think about receiving a flower 2 years in a row from anonymous, not the internet hackers?
I'd be a little worried. No. I don't know. I feel like if you don't.
Well, at least
Activists. They're not hackers, guys. Sorry, I have to clear that up real quick. I like my computer.
Yeah.
Well, at least you know your looks haven't got any worse. Or at least their, like, judgment hasn't got... Okay, yeah, maybe. I should just kill that idea right there.
No, keep going with
You're
it.
still loved. How about that? You're still loved.
$8 over 2 years really say loved.
Loved at a small level. We were talking about small, right?
Yeah.
Small. Cry. There's a crying baby, and we all stop to laugh at it.
That's my niece. She's unhappy right now.
Really, I wonder why she's crying. Did you?
It's Valentine's Day. She's alone. Most people cry.
Okay, what did you answer? What do you think?
Personally, I feel like if I wouldn't feel like somebody's trying to get my attention unless I've noticed that.
You want me to read it again?
No, okay. Well,
I think they're trying to get your attention.
I think they're trying to get your attention, but they're doing a bad job at getting your attention. Because you haven't noticed yet.
I'm hoping they have no balls.
That.
Oh, okay, well.
That, or you're just really bad at noticing things. One or the other.
Or both.
Or both. It could be both. Both would actually make a very plausible option. But
Whatever.
When I got it, I was, just like, hey, look what I got. And somebody was like, oh, yeah. It's someone that I remembered from last year. And it was a girl. So I got that covered. And they're like, well, they didn't say the word creepy. But they said that's a little strange.
Different. Odd.
Because it's like... I asked a guy, and he goes, really? That's a little strange. I asked a girl, and she goes, oh, you have a secret admirer. It's not me. Thanks. You're really helping my self-esteem there.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that since it's like a school thing, it's not that big of a deal.
I don't think it's a big deal either, but I hope that they don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, with the singing Valentines we did at my school, people buy $1 Valentines to give to their loves or whatever, and then the choir kids have to go around and sing to them. It's really kind of sucks because our choir director's like, oh yeah, we're musicians, we don't have to practice any of these songs we're gonna go around and sing. So we're like, oh yeah, we'll just do it off the fly. Anyway, I'm done ranting. We went into some of these classrooms, and it was kind of fun seeing the dynamics of these little relationships, because every once in a while the same person would be in the class or whatnot. And one of the guys from the choir that I don't know that well, the girl that he bought a Valentine for was in there, and it was one of those weird kind of relationships where it's like one of those, oh, don't call me out. Oh, thanks. Smile a little bit. Don't sing. Oh, they sang.
Slightly embarrassed.
Yeah.
Committed
Or
relationship.
more like the hardcore embarrassed. And I understand. I'm kind of a shy guy with the, okay, recognition. All right. But some of these people look like that's the last person they wanted to see. It was their date. And it was like,
That's funny. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then some kids that turn redder than their Valentine card. And they're like, oh, someone called me out in class. But
Nice.
Whatever. That's love, I guess. Or hate, one of the two. Baby, don't hurt me. Yeah. Well, now that we got that done.
Yep.
So how was your day, Jonathan?
My day's been good. Work, school.
Okay, you guys gonna turn this into a mediocre conversation?
Yeah, I was going to say that just went downhill quick.
Yeah, Control Alt Delete this.
Okay, so I was thinking about yesterday when I was on the toilet, but that doesn't matter. How there's all these Mac people and PC people. I was thinking about, okay, what are the differences? So, I was talking with one of my friends, and he said that with PCs, there's a lot more room to kind of customize and tweak and better software. But anyway, I was thinking about how, if you would relate that to cars or vehicles, how would that work? And so, okay, before you answer, I was thinking kind of if modern day cars, as we know, are like Macs, where they are all pretty refined, whatnot, but you can't really tweak them. But what if cars were more like PCs, where you could pick and choose kind of the different
parts.
Oh yeah, the RAM on this is super good, I'm gonna kind of steal that.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, well, this has a super awesome display keypad. I'm really not tech savvy, but what if you could kind of pick and choose and not so much build your car, but build your car almost
So, are you asking what cars we compare to those computers, or
what do you think would be the features of a car that you could build? I mean, what?
It's pretty much just like a PC. The sky's the limit. If you could completely customize your car and choose what you wanted to put in it, you can completely.
You can come up with anything
and choose what you want to put in it.
But budget is the only factor.
That's what I was about to say, because
Exactly.
Which is also the case with Macs.
lists and wish lists of like
$2,500 computers.
No, seriously, that's usually what they come out to be.
That's the one I have.
Yeah.
Or that I did. I don't think I have it saved
I
anymore.
stopped updating a few of them. So there's like the graveyard one that's like $200 now. And like a few years ago, it'd been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, I
That's
was.
the only problem with building. Sorry, off on a little tangent. That's the only problem with building your own computers is that by the time you afford really nice parts, there's a nicer part out there. So it's like,
That's why,
well, at least in a high schooler's budget.
yeah, for me, if I'm going to build a computer, I'm going to overshoot and overshoot. It's going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, 16 gigabytes? No, let's go for 34.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Why did I say 34? Son of a...
Even
Oh,
if you're
I
not
don't
going to
know.
use all 34, you just want to be like, I have 34.
Yeah.
32. Sorry.
Yeah, 32.
So just so that you have that
You
reassurance.
could do 34 and it'd be really weird.
That would be
cool.
really weird. It'd be cool, but like, hey, you'd have your 2
Yeah.
extra gigabytes. That's a lot of stuff right
Run
there.
Minecraft. I got $4,000 Minecraft machine.
Yeah. Or
What if you had a
I don't
terabyte?
know. You could almost go with a terabyte of memory. Jeez.
Terabyte, solid state.
Oh yeah.
J- Just so that we're clear that you understand the difference between. I'm not sure if I want to go into that super technical.
Tera,
discussion.
giga, kilo, regular.
Okay, there's a
Charlie
difference between your
Alpha.
hard drive and your memory.
The RAM.
Believe it or not, yeah. RAM.
Okay, don't test me on these things. I'm
RAM,
not.
RAM stands for random access memory, and it's essentially how fast your computer operates.
Yeah.
Well, your processor has a lot to do with that, but the more RAM you have, the smoother stuff will go.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. There are those little sticks that you.
Operating. Anyway.
I'll show you
the
sometime.
operating memory.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Something goes this. Anyway, so, like if. Because when I think about building a car from scratch, I think
Yeah.
of people I know that have built one. They usually, they call them rat rods,
Yeah.
Where you just take, you take the frame of a car and then you pretty much
Just kind
Do
of.
whatever you want with it.
you build it up
redesign.
from there, which some of those can be look amazing if people put the time and work into
It depends on the developer.
yeah, that too. When I'm saying, cause I've seen one that looks really nice because they took the time to pretty much sand everything down, find parts that weren't rusted.
Yeah.
And they turned it
And really build a
turned it
nice
into
car.
a hot rod.
Yeah.
It went from a rat rod that was like notoriously kind of rusty.
Yeah.
It was a hot rod built essentially from the ground up
Yeah.
instead of rat rod.
Yeah, see, as a kid, I always thought that, okay, yeah, I want that cool sports car when I get older. But then my dad would always be like, yeah, and the gas mileage, you're going to love that. And I was like, well, then I'll just buy a Prius engine and then convert my trunk into a Prius engine, and then I'll just be like driving around in my Prius engine in my Camaro, and I'd be like, yeah. But then whenever some guy would be like, oh, shut up. But then that's why I would also have my Camaro engine or my
the
Corvette
front.
engine in
Just
the front.
like, have a
So
little
I'd just be like,
switch.
hold on, let me switch this, ka-chang, bang bong, and then you'd have your sports car engine, and you'd just be like, yeah, suck it, school teachers. And
I'm just imagining manual shifter. You're like, just a second, let me switch that into ultra.
yeah, exactly. I know there's hybrids and whatnot, but I don't know. I was kind of thinking about what if you just had way more freedom to customize your own car?
Ferrari and stuff would probably be
Those would probably be your max.
your Max and stuff. Maybe not that high end in terms of price. I mean, they are, but
Well, yeah, that's actually a pretty close assumption.
I mean,
Because the Mac is the higher end computer if you're just straight up buying a consumer product, whereas the Ferrari is basically the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, gonna go off on a car tangent now.
that's all right.
And I know that they're kind of, it's old news by the time this comes out, but Teslas. Been reading a
Flaming
lot.
batteries, favorite. I love driving down Main Street and hearing the small sizzle and spark from a battery I'm sitting on.
That wasn't that
Then I
often of a
realized I'm
case,
on
though.
fire.
That wasn't that often of a case,
No, it
though.
wasn't. It was really funny though. There's a picture.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But I
Honestly,
don't know. I
I-
think
Tesla.
that was the car that I showed you the other day with the frunk.
Front
Oh,
trunk thing?
yeah. I really don't know anything about it other than that it is a front trunk.
It's an electric car.
But dude, those cars.
But
looks-
doesn't it have higher performance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the nice thing is like it doesn't run off of gas. Straight
Yeah.
electric. Yeah, it has the name Tesla. Get it. But
Tesla
you can
coils,
it's
but I don't know what those do.
80
Whatever.
miles in town off of one charge.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
See, I think electric is definitely still going to be in the future just because, I mean, they're coming up with all these better ways to do things.
Just whenever the CEOs decide to get smart instead of greedy.
Look up, just sometime in your spare time, if you look up, like, history of electric cars, there's been electric cars around for a really long time. But none of them just catch. And the Tesla car company, being an electric-only company, that's pretty much their only selling point, electric. So they're pushing that, and I think I'd really love to see them be a very competitive company.
Yeah.
Be able to take some of the, the car market away, but shift it towards electric.
Toward electric,
Because
yeah.
Right now, their two cars are super kind of specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're surprisingly not outrageously priced.
Well, the sports is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you get the normal
When is
standard
a sports
one,
car not?
yeah, pretty much.
I guess.
I know. I looked up the price actually once, and I was like, that's not nearly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It was like 32,000 or something like that, depending on how you customize it, because you can customize it on their website.
You can customize it?
Like what? Like you got color custom?
Yeah, well, color, kind of like in a video game where you're like, okay,
This relates to our
you
previous
can do that,
topic.
but that's for the sports thing. I think now that's when I checked. I'm not.
A fin that raises up when you start going fast.
You could put spoilers on them. I don't know if they
That-
raise up,
That
but
downforce, need it.
Get that down for
so
us.
I have this huge like Wikipedia article on the history of electric vehicles. Should I read it now or read it later?
How about
not
you
on the
skim
podcast?
it while we say stuff?
Hey, Eddie,
Well, it began in the mid 19th century.
skim it, not out loud. Read it in your
I know. I was just. Yeah.
silent reading. There you go. Okay. So, what? How's your what Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero?
I bring that up anytime I'm with Eddie.
Actually, hold on. We should probably say that for like a gaming topic.
No. I just think.
Maybe we can
just thinking
segue
of
into a
music
gaming
and stuff,
topic off of this.
Okay, wait. We can go into my Guitar Heroing stuff after I say this one thing. I did a research project for CAD. It's kind of weird for CAD, but about submarines, and it was talking about diesel electric motors, and they had some other motors that extract the oxygen from the water, and it can essentially run forever, but it's just really pricey. And then, granted, believe it or not, people don't want to be underwater for their whole lives in a tank. So they just haven't really built a lot of these things. But I think it would be pretty stinking awesome if, not to go all Atlantis on you, but
Bioshock down like
Rapture.
Rapture.
but like, yeah, if we can like have some little colonies underwater and they just get their energy from, the little oxygen, steal all the oxygen from the fish. I mean, they don't need it, but we're killing them with pollution anyway. They're not going to be there.
I'm not gonna argue technical stuff just because I love Bioshock so much. I want this to happen, but I don't want it to happen because have you played Bioshock?
I have not.
It's a very disturbing.
Sorry.
It's very.
Yeah, we'll just put it at disturbing.
It's awesome though. I love it.
Not stranger than anything you've seen us do before.
You guys do or do on video
Gaming-wise.
games?
Gaming-wise.
Okay.
Video games.
Those are two. different ones.
Two different levels.
Anyway, but I was just when I brought up music, I was just like music and stuff. There was
Mm-hmm.
music and stuff. Come on, guys, roll with this. Anybody
Justin
got-
Bieber got deported.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm behind the curve.
I mean,
Because you should.
last I heard, no, I could have not gotten the whole story, but
Oh.
I think he was deported. Now there's this
Look that
petition
up.
thing to bring him back from Canada,
Yeah,
even though it's not a federal issue.
I was looking at the We the People thing of like the craziest petitions to the government and saw the Death Star thing. You guys heard about that, right?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome, but at the same time, I'm kind of like,
Yeah, where they said it was
no,
like
we don't need it.
and the government said, well, we don't happen to have 8,500 trillion, or not trillion, the quadrillion dollars on our hand right now.
Yeah,
I just think that was kind of funny.
you go even more in debt.
Yeah. And they were like, we also don't really agree with destroying planets. Do
True, true.
you think if we did, hypothetically, we build the Death Star, would it throw off gravitational stuff? If it was
There's
that
some
big?
complex scientific way to say yes.
If it's the size, let's look at it like this, guys. If it's the size of the moon,
What if we just took the moon, made it into the Death Star. Boom! Nothing screwed up, other than maybe a lot would be. But
Tides go crazy.
oh yeah,
That would be one really huge construction project.
yeah. But hey, employ Americans, and everyone would have to quit their job.
In a,
Go work there.
in a high risk environment. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, I know it is safe up there technically, but there's so many things to where if you're not trained properly, you can totally screw your entire physical being and life up.
Yeah. Especially if someone shoots a gun in the wrong direction at that one thing that's about the size of a womp rat, and, well, then it's over.
Yep.
If you've watched the movies. Oh,
I don't know. Do you guys want a news article from 19 hours ago or one day ago?
19 hours ago?
This news site looks sketchy.
well, whatever has the best
What is the news site? The Onion.
The Onion. Oh, yes.
Never mind.
Little advertising. Go to the Onion website.
100% accurate news the entire time.
Exactly.
That should definitely be on their banner.
100%
Accurate
accurate.
news reporting
Oh, yeah.
all the time, 24/7. Whenever you're awake, come to the Onion.
I learned that.
We should make a trailer for a commercial for the Onion.
Exactly.
And then, like, market it and go Super Bowl with it and everything next
Yeah.
year. And like, yeah.
You never know. Well, I learned from the Onion that wolf attacks are still the number one cause of death in America. That is
You know what?
very interesting.
While we're talking about the Onion, I find it really hysterical when official news sites like it's been both CNN and Fox News and stuff like that. Sometimes they will cite the Onion as a source.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm like, what?
you know that you just
yeah,
totally
you can't do that.
to people who know what the Onion is, you just totally screwed yourself.
Yeah,
over.
exactly. I guess I wasn't in the class. I wish I was, but some kid did a current event off an Onion topic in a GoPo class, and I guess that must have been hilarious. Ugh. I really wish I
feel
was.
sorry. For
Yeah,
the kid.
I don't remember what it was
I
about.
think that kid's awesome.
Well, it depends on if he meant
Except
to
the
do
thing
it.
is,
or-
I don't think he meant to do, or he or she. I don't know who. What?
Was the teacher just like,
Yeah,
Did the teacher know what the Onion was?
Yeah, the teacher knew what the Onion was, and
Okay.
she's like, no. And she thought that they knew, but they didn't know, and so it was kind of helplessly funny.
That sucks.
That's hard. That's tough. It's fun to get publicly shamed in front of a group of your peers.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
False
I hate the
news.
internet right now. It's not giving me a straight answer.
Straight answer?
It's pretty much just giving me a gay answer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So,
Hey, Eddie. Careful with the chair.
you can hear my squeaking?
Yes.
Oh, it's all right.
That's
I'll
the
stop
reason we
moving.
kicked Grant out of it.
It really was. That's the reason you didn't get the headset.
Oh.
Because you fidget with the headset, Mike.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, so can you give us a news article? You skimmed it, right?
Yeah, sort of, but then you guys were talking about some interesting things, so I decided to read it later.
Quit?
Essentially,
Oh,
it
it's all
started in the 19th century, and then it's been up and down, and it's looks
Yeah, I
like
kind of forgot what we were
a
talking
bunch
about.
of it was like
What is
CEO
this?
trickery, history of electric cars.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'm back on topic.
I'll read through it and then have a full report for you by the next podcast,
Yeah. By the way,
if we really want it.
I don't.
That's fine then. Consider my offer removed. So,
I do think it would be awesome if I know that like some of the cool guys who are really just the guys who get bad grades in school are like, yeah, I can redo my car. No, just kidding. Some of those guys really do get good grades. I know one. Anyway,
shout out.
yeah.
I don't.
No, but some guys who really know how to work and customize their car. Yeah, we're going back to this. They can put better like speaker systems in and or sound systems. And I rode with this one guy. It was a while ago in California, so I guess Californians know how to do it. But he had redone the upholstery himself, and it was super awesome. And that's kind of one thing that I wish I could do. I know that's not like hardcore changing like the inner workings of your car, but just kind of changing the upholstery and whatnot. That was pretty sweet in a car.
I don't know. You ever watch like the build a car in under like 6 days or whatever? Like
Yeah.
They steal someone's
Yeah.
car and like bring it back all like pimped out and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Pimp my
seems
trunk.
like always, they always bring, either because it's too time consuming or it's just too hard or whatever. They always outsource the upholstery
Yeah.
to another company.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's really interesting that, because that seems like it would be like, when you think about it as in terms of a skill set, you learn how to do and make, you know, do work with almost the entire car just in a, you know, your life as a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, but it seems like it takes
It seems like it's a specialty thing.
yeah, like a really interesting skill set to have.
Yeah.
I remember when Dustin was doing his car, and I'd consider Dustin very skilled with his vehicle knowledge.
Yeah.
He had to do something with the upholstery, not on his own. Like he either had to outsource it, or I think he actually had like hunted down the exact seats he wanted.
Yeah.
And then like he got the front seats at a different
Metal
place.
bucket seats with the.
I will. I will admit.
Just keep going.
Anyway, so one thing that kind of ticks me off is when people, I'm not sure if they wanted like do it on purpose or if they just ran out of money, but when their car isn't uniform, like
somebody has like a different hood and different door.
yeah,
Yeah.
like okay, sometimes I realize okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you got an accident, you had to fix that, but can't you paint it?
Yeah, make it look like it
I just-
belongs on your car.
Costs money.
Yeah.
Though.
Okay. This comes from the person driving around with 2 hubcaps. I mean, you can't get everything perfect, but at least I changed them so they're on both the front wheels, not the back wheels, because front wheels are cooler.
They need to be on both on one side.
Yeah. So then when you look at it from one side, it'd be like hubcaps. Other side, oh no hubcaps. I guess that would be uniform, but it's not the same.
Okay.
From driving the car, I just feel wrong, and the weight balance. Come on, think about this stuff.
No, this makes me. No, okay. There's no point in time where you can look at both front wheels at the same time.
I know. Here's
From
the thing.
schematics, you could.
This shows how much differently we all think from one another, because
Dude.
what Grant is saying makes total and complete sense. But I agree with you. If I had that
It's
situation,
wrong.
I would do that just out of natural thought. That's how I would do it.
No.
Buy new hubcaps.
No, I have 3 hubcaps. I can't find the other one. But it's all right. Oh, that's so expensive, though. Oh, but I was also thinking of that non-uniform car parts. It's just when the interior is non-uniform, that kind of gets me like, like, couldn't. I see you bought a cool driver's seat, and it's like, yeah, wow, I can move it.
It's funny when somebody
But-
has a really nice driver's seat and everything else.
Yeah, and everything.
Complete craps. Like shows how much you think of your passengers.
Exactly.
When you stand up, you're taking like foam out of your pocket.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well. Or do you ever do that? So this is. Anyway, when you like reach in and you in the cracks of like the upholstery of someone's car,
Pull out quarters.
because either you lost something or you're just that bored, and you're like, oh, I think I found money, and then you just find all the worst like bits and pieces of food and
don't wanna find
human
nachos.
limbs and
That's why I don't.
yeah. You'd be surprised. Okay, one kid that I drove that.
Found a human limb in his car.
No, not a human limb, but just about as bad. He used to give me rides to T-ball all the time, and he had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the back right side arm holder thing for like the longest time. And every time I would get in there, because they would be sitting in the middle seat, him and his twin sister, and then I would look in the arm holder, and there was the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that no one had eaten. It was smeared in there, and clean your cars, people.
I could
That's-
imagine that, knowing who you're talking about.
You started this, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, I imagined you sitting in the passenger seat with him driving, and then you said T-ball, and you just shrunk in my mind. So it's just this little kid.
Well, I can have opinions when I'm 6. That's
The fact that you remember that exact thought from that
Exactly.
age to now is impressive.
I'm really hoping it wasn't.
it left an impact on me, and
Charge you for like.
yeah.
Traumatic experience.
Also, I rode in this other kid's car in the same like spot, different car though. He had like a pop spill, and they just never cleaned it up. I was
I
like,
hate that. I
it's sticky. It's just.
that does.
I
irritate
realized
me.
that if they're
mean, food
driving
does
around
too,
their
but that
mom's
more.
van, they never have to sit back there, but you still clean it up.
No, that's the spot where all the guests and special people.
Yeah.
Everybody has their spot, like, slightly cleaned and there's no Cheerios there, and then they're like, oh yeah, you gotta go sit in that spot back there.
And then all the creatures are like in the
there's
inside,
like
just like, come here.
Spider web in the corner, and you're just like flicking Cheetos at Spider, like, go away, go away, go away.
Like, and the spider's like, you think I want to be in here either?
It's not my choice. I can't.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, or do you ever have those guys that get in your car and then they just like are eating something maybe, and then like you see just like slow-mo that drop of salsa like hit your upholstery, and you're
Actually,
like, I'm gonna kill you.
I
really hope it drips on them.
Oh,
I'm just
every
like,
time.
Yeah.
It's going on your jeans, man.
when that does
Not my
happen.
floor, your jeans.
Here's the thing though. I don't know a whole lot of people who ride with me regularly that if they spill something, they'll clean it up right away.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't freak out about it so much.
Better than ours.
Probably.
Well, you guys are my friends.
Well,
so
granted,
that's a
some of it
compliment.
is my sisters. Ugh.
Welcome
Shout
to
out.
Rage.
And so the worst is
Rage Minute with Eddie.
like sometimes people or my sisters will like drop something in the car, and I'll be like, okay, you dropped your shoe
do
and
it
it
on
dropped
purpose.
dirt. Stop playing with the elliptical. Listen to my story.
Listen to my story.
Get to the chopper. Anyway, don't you just hate it when people drop food in your helicopters? No.
You get kicked out of Mars.
But like okay, I have to share a car. I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while I'll get back in the car and I'll turn on the car and the radio will go right on, or just something that I'm not used to. And oh my goodness, I don't get pissed about a lot of things, but that is like
when
my
it's not your music.
biggest pet peeve. I'm like, ugh, I want to kill somebody. Wow. If you could see my face.
It's redder than a Valentine.
Okay.
Wow, we're making loops,
Kind of
dude.
funny for me. I'm just like, I get in, turn it on, and be like, 5 minutes later, be like, why am I listening to country? When did I turn on ESPN
Ooh.
or whatever? I'm just like, then I'm at the point where it's either like, I need to change it, or it's I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. And just keep driving. And then I know when the Mets won.
That that leads to a discussion topic, I guess. What type of music, or I guess radio, or any type of audible programming do you find yourself enjoying more than
I tend
not?
to go for. Sorry, I know I'm squeaking in the chair if you can hear that. Anyway, I tend to go for oldies rock, or just kind of oldies in general.
I tend to go for foreign Jap.
foreign,
Yeah.
foreign Japanese, a little bit of Mexican
Okay, actually, you
twang?
probably shouldn't joke about that, because my little sister, oh, I hate it, but she loves Korean bands. Oh, and they're like, Ed, yeah, I never knew you had a younger sister who went to high school with you, and I'm like, I don't acknowledge her. Like the girl that listens to the Korean girl bands, it's like G G G G. Yeah, it's on my iPod. But it's just Anyway, so Grant, what kind of music do you enjoy listening to?
Dude, I am pretty much. I have nothing against any genre of music whatsoever.
Same here.
So I listen to mostly, whatever's on. In terms of just like audio entertainment, I sometimes like talk shows.
Yeah.
Me too.
Just because sometimes they're hilarious, sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
But music, I just would probably hit mainstream pop, whatever's on the radio.
Yeah.
If I flip in my, if I have my iPod handy,
Oh yeah.
one that's the 32 gig one, I throw that, and I have a lot of Mumford and Sons and Arctic Monkeys and
Trevor's music.
yeah, Trevor's music. I really enjoy it. It's the problem is that I don't ever have my iPod with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really big bummer. Soundtracks.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's some
you-
sick soundtracks.
Yeah, you said something along the lines of all genres. You're pretty much.
Pretty much good. Because
Hi, Mr. Printer. How are you doing?
Printing. These instructions. Go to the van. We hit the body under the. Oh.
guys, it's a printer.
Anyway,
Ah, okay.
Skynet. I'll be back. Anyways, like genres in general, you'll be pretty cool. I'm gonna quick little disclaimer though. I generally can't bring myself to handle hard rock, screamo.
Ooh, I can't really
stuff.
do screamo either.
But that's about it.
Your ears.
No.
Okay, no, really don't. 'Cause echo chamber. No, don't turn the mute thing on. Then you're gonna. Well.
Oh, well, he had it muted, so it's not gonna kill our
That's all
audience
right.
again. But yeah, I don't know. I've found myself lately more interested into the soundtrack stuff, like Audio Machine and
Yeah.
just movies in general.
I
Or
tend to like the Lord of the Rings.
Ooh,
definitely,
I'm a real sucker for Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah.
Ooh,
I have those
that
on my iPad too.
gets me going.
It's been going all the time.
Some Disney. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
A
to
whole
say
new-
one of my like secret songs that I actually like is Wicked's Defying Gravity.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta be. I love that song too.
It's a fun song.
It's such a
right now our show choir is actually doing it.
Yeah.
so
I
empowering.
watched your show choir.
How'd they do? Because they
Actually,
meet at the pep
okay, the first time I saw them, which was in a while ago, I saw their show and I was like, yeah, it's all right. But then more recently, like last Saturday, I saw their show and I thought it was a lot better. But don't tell my friends that because we're kind of rivals with them.
Yeah, whatever.
But
We're not really specifying who's who yet,
care.
so.
no, I said my name. I'm Ed.
My school's gonna
I'm just
kick
kidding.
your butt.
No,
You're gonna, if you
your
go
school is-
back, you're gonna have to go to the
Shut
My,
up.
my school show choir is gonna kick all your guys'
They're
butt.
gonna We're gonna have to remove our foot from
My butt.
yeah.
Oh, I said that. Internet. Anyway, yeah, I just about the whole music, like I pretty much like every type of music. I mean, some I like more than others, but
Craft music. That's it.
Do.
if I wasn't playing the game, I feel like I would either fall asleep or just do yoga if I knew it. Because it's like, oh,
Or workout, if you're
Peace.
that type of person.
work out to Minecraft? You can't do that.
Like lifting like
Or what you could do is like set up a machine you walk on, treadmill.
Treadmill.
You could set up a treadmill and have your Xbox and TV in front of the treadmill, and as long as you're playing Minecraft, just be walking on the treadmill or running, whatever you feel like
Actually,
doing.
you used to do that. I wrestle, by the way. I used to cut weight by plugging in my Madden 2006 game. Yeah, I'm not very techie. Anyway, but then just run or jog a little bit on the treadmill and play my PS2. And actually, it worked pretty
That
well.
worked. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about doing that,
See,
but
my
I've been too
TV
lazy.
And my treadmill are at the most awkward angle. I can only watch TV.
Oh, yeah.
Do stuff. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I try to do an actually like intensive activity. I tried to play. What?
That'd be an interesting video, actually,
I
if
tried
we
to play
got.
some Call of Duty. You know,
Mhm.
just I was bots, lowest level possible. Just trying to do that, but just being like, it was a good 15 feet away from the TV at a like 30-degree angle off the TV. I was just like, I can't tell what I'm doing.
Yeah.
No idea.
That'd be an interesting video if we could get like 3 treadmills in here and just
And I'll
like
play video games.
3 TVs and we all play video
Somebody-
games
no,
while
yeah,
jogging
somebody
on
else
the.
that slowly turns up the speed.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Just
Let's make
slowly-
that somebody who's actually nice to us.
What if that was like,
So,
no.
You're kidding, right?
No.
He'd be like, highest level, go
And
raw.
not Morgan either, because Morgan's a nice guy, but he's playful
would do
to
that.
the
He would do
like
that.
the hey, ha, ha, this is funny.
He'd do it really quick, laugh,
He
and
would
then
do
turn
it
it off.
innocently, and yeah,
But then again, I wouldn't trust any of us either.
true.
I know I wouldn't trust my brother.
I was totally joking when I said that.
I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head who'd be willing to help us with
Essentially,
that.
don't
We could
trust
figure it out
anybody. It's funny. Okay.
with common
This is
things.
funny. All I gotta say is
I sleep with a knife. Just kidding. I don't.
You sleep with a knife within 2 feet of your bed. I know you do.
Yeah, I
does.
actually do, but that's not for protection. That's for I actually use it as a letter opener because I feel super manly because I'm like bayonet to this letter.
I got accepted into college. Yeah. You're holding a knife.
Wield knife.
Yeah.
Oh
What
yeah.
I was gonna say is it's weird how there's different levels of trust. Like there's people in my life that I would trust with my life in a certain situation. Like then there's the other times when it's just something simple like, hey,
Walking
can you
on
do
a treadmill.
simple favor for me. I would not trust them with it.
Oh yeah. Because you know that they would either jack around with it or.
Yeah, there's a certain level where it comes to like being serious, where I would trust people with, probably the most expensive thing I own.
Yeah.
Then there's times where it'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it just weird that we can trust somebody so much?
With the one thing when that would do it, because you understand
that has so much value, like such as your life,
Yeah.
And other times you'd be like,
Well, I think that certain people will act
Yeah, I know there's
depending on the
people, like,
intensity of
serious
certain
and stuff.
things.
yeah, but it's just something that I thought about.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, hey, really quick, this is an awful segue, but I want to get this subject out there because it's not going to be a high note, so I feel like we'll talk about this and then talk about something else that's on a higher note. But I was at work the other day and had to go bring this like USB extension cable to...
how is this a bad subject?
I'm just waiting for someone to
wait,
die.
Terry, just wait.
Sorry,
Yeah,
keep going.
then I showed up and the guy was like, his head was off and on the desk. And I was like, oh my god.
You call 911 and they paddles, and they didn't use them, but they just started hitting him over the head.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, so I brought it there and it was kind of funny because he was like hunchback over, like right up on his monitor because his computer's on the floor, but the mouse had to stretch so far that you couldn't pull the mouse back. There was no slack, so he's just like right up in, like nose touching the monitor thing, which is why I brought the USB extension. And so I plugged that in for him and all that stuff. And the reason why it was so far away from the computer on the ground is because he had a standing desk. And so I was just curious and I asked him, I was like, so standing desk, what is I've seen those around, what exactly is it for? And he starts talking about how like sitting at a desk job takes so many years off your life or whatever, and it's bad for your health and stuff when you sit in it for 8 hours a day and such, as most people do where I work. And then he was just talking about that type of stuff, and I was just wondering, what do you guys think of standing desks?
I know that in terms of health and stuff, it is better for circulation, better for blood flow. It's just like something that's all around better to be standing. Which I think if I got used to it, it'd probably be more of a leaning desk.
Just like
I would definitely have an elbow down.
Yeah.
And that's just something that probably I would do. But I know that in general it's pretty good for you. I think that guy needed to move his computer onto the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would think that with a standing desk, I don't know, there's just some things that I would deem as, okay, this is a standing activity, this is a sitting activity. And I realize that, sure, you might need to be on your computer for the whole day. In that case...
For a desk job, yeah.
Yeah, for a desk job, then...
I'd probably lock my knees and pass out.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's...
Here's the thing, though. He also had a chair like what Eddie's got, the like bar stool high rolling computer chair. And so he was like, so when my legs do get tired or like, because he says, it's nice to alternate between sitting and standing.
Yeah.
That's how you're truly going to be healthy.
Exactly.
And so he's just like, and I just sit in this and stuff. And I'm like,
I think
okay,
that's a
that
good
works.
idea.
Grab a chair, sit in chair,
See,
lock out.
that's the thing, is as much as I kind of want a standing desk, to be honest, but I just feel like I would be way too lazy and like totally grab the chair every single time, pull it up and just sit and be like, yeah, exercise.
I just feel
I'm
like...
not being healthy. Yeah. Here, have a Twinkie.
I don't know. I haven't been exposed to enough like people sitting in desks for 8 hours to
come
really know.
to work with me.
Well, I mean, so I guess I wouldn't be the best one to talk to, but I would think that... Oh, I really don't know what to think. Never mind.
See, I'm thinking, I just thought about, like, I could stand at a desk and, be on, like, a website and doing stuff.
I think for editing a video, it'd be great.
Yeah, something like that. But then I thought, I'm like, what's a task you do at the computer? You type.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do a typing task.
Writing something
I can maybe
while
like
standing.
fill out an application and be like, Grant, mail, interest. Anyway,
Yeah.
I could do that, but I couldn't be like, in the 17th century, that I couldn't type an entire page.
Yeah. Well, no, that's when you'd have the chair. You just pull up the chair, sit right.
I'm just thinking like every day, like.
Or they even actually, there's a company called Updesk, which makes desks that are standard height, but then they have like a hydraulic switch on the bottom, and you can raise it to a standing desk. Yeah.
Imagine like the car.
Pretty much.
You pull up next to the gangster, and he's like, "Yo, you want to race?" And you're like, "Yeah." Raises it, and you're like,
okay, wait, really quick. Is it hydraulics in vans when they're like, looks like the back of it is just sitting on like, they like stuffed another cube in there or something? Have you ever seen that? Because I've seen two recently. Okay, just think. Okay, have you ever seen a minivan or something that just looks like someone tilted up the back end and left the wheels?
You just like, it weighs a lot in the back.
No. I'm just.
Then the back.
It looks like there's an extra
He's talking about the back being higher than the
like an extra something in there, or like they just raised the whole entire frame but left the wheels where they. It just looks.
I really
wrong.
honestly don't know.
Dare I say? I think every time I see that, it looks like it's like a constipated van, because it's like.
It's one of those constipated vans.
Yeah, I mean, what is it supposed to look cool? Is it like, yeah, my van is dead? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. I really don't know. I guess you could put hydraulics on a minivan. That'd be weird though. It's like,
yeah, I don't think minivans are really built for hydraulics.
No.
You looking it up, Grant? Trying to figure out what it is?
Yes, he is.
Constipated van. Image search.
You're probably gonna get a ton of really weird cartoon.
I need to turn safe search.
It's probably gonna be like constipated man? Question.
Did you mean?
Yeah.
Did you know what it gave me? It gave me constipated vegan.
Oh. That was the second thing I wanted to talk about. Just kidding. Cut.
All right. Well, I guess before we are hitting time soon, so I guess we'll go ahead and start.
Closing thoughts.
And projects upcoming. We got more videos coming soon.
Closing thoughts.
We have some more.
I want to go eat a Hot Pocket.
Yeah, we could do that in a little bit.
Closing thoughts. I am hungry. The end.
All right. Well, I guess you can.
You know what also really annoys me is when people try to like edit the video while doing it, like such as clap. And you're like, no.
Shut up.
Anyways.
Hey, but if you have any cool like ideas about customizable cars and whatnot, we are going into college. We're the next generation. So if you're thinking of some
Eddie
next gen, like I want automobiles to do this, amphibious vehicles that fly.
P.O. box.
I don't have a P.O. box. What am I, an adult?
You could have one.
Send it to my email. I accept all types of car parts through the email.
Or MySpace.
You can contact me through World of Warcraft. That's the best way because I'm always on.
Dude, serious? The other day, you know Caleb, right?
Yeah? Does he play World of Warcraft?
No, he doesn't.
Good.
But he's constantly on Steam. And so the other day, I really needed to get a hold of him to ask him a question. I was like, I can't Facebook him. I can't. He doesn't have a phone, so I can't text him. And I was like, Steam. Got on Steam. Sure enough, he's on. I was like, oh, sweet. And I just thought it was really funny how a service like that worked. I mean, of course, it's Steam, so it's not like World of Warcraft where it's outrageous that they spend all their time on it. But it was just, I found it funny that I was able to contact him by some way that I knew he was always on.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening to the whatever podcast. We're coming up with a name.
Ramblings of a Madman.
Yep, I like that.
Probably a book.
Peace.
We'll figure it out. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. And all right, thank you guys. Later.
Bye.